Hi, Dr. Urban here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about earthing, or it's a more scientific term, grounding for our bodies when they are not grounded to the earth. How would it be that you may not be grounded to the earth? Well, if you wear, for example, shoes, most shoes have rubber soles, and you are not connected to the earth, and so forth. What you have in your house may block being connected to the earth. That's really not the purpose of this video to go into it in great detail, but when you are not grounded, connected to the earth, you are like an antenna and you pick up charges, and those charges in your body affect, the thought goes, affect your biological status, for we are electrical beings. So the more preferred state or preferable state is to be grounded. That would be as much as possible. And that's why people go barefoot and walk on the grass and walk on the beach, and they're grounding. And you may see animals do that, and animals may do that in an attempt to heal, etc. But how do you get grounded? Well, you need to connect to the earth, and there are several ways to do this. And I have a link to the company that puts out, here's a grounding pad, and you connect this to an electrical outlet. They've got a simple checker for your electrical outlet, and you put your feet on it. If you want to take your socks off, preferably, you can be grounded. Socks do not totally block the ground, but they can to some extent. But that's not why I'm making this video. Have been on Coumadin, a blood thinner, for close to 20 years, and I've seen the ins and outs of it. And I get um, my clotting time, my INR checked every month, and so I know some of the ins and outs and how it fluctuates, not very much. But I have had circumstances in the past, for example, with liposomal vitamin C, which I would truly like to be able to take. I've tried twice to get on liposomal vitamin C, and it shot up my pro time, my INR, that is. Uh, and I had to come off the liposomal vitamin C. And so when I began grounding, I ground probably 5 to 7 hours a day. I have this pad under my feet, and I have a second pad rolled up with a towel in the middle, so it's like a towel, and I put my hand on it at night. I won't bring it out here, but it's very simple to do. It's really safe and it's hopefully healthy. But the issue comes up, and it may be helpful to some of you. Does it interfere with your INR or your how your blood clots? We know that the grounding affects your uh, blood cells, and they clump together and get a little sticky, clicking to each other, and they don't exactly flow as smoothly through your blood vessels, and that could be important for delivering oxygen and stuff like that. So that's the beginning of the discussion. For some of the benefits. Also, some people talk about when you're grounded, you're less apt to be inflamed, or it may reduce inflammation. And these are things that have yet to be proven. But that sounds like a pretty good deal. But some of the conscious benefits of grounding may be due to the change in electrical status, because you can measure. Now, I do happen to have some gadgets here that I can measure body voltage. You don't have to get these, but if you want, you can. Here's a simple hardware store voltmeter. You plug it into the wall and you work out how it's set up, and you can check your voltage. So I am sure to be grounded and not fooled. So the question is my INR affected by grounding? So I went to my uh, hospital today and had my INR checked. Prior to that, I had not grounded for about 14 hours. And when I went in, I checked, and I had little voltage, and in the while I was waiting, and that voltage went away when I was grounded. I took my INR, had it taken, and then I grounded for about 70 minutes, uninterrupted. Checked my electrical status. I was grounded. Every 15 minutes I would check it, and then the technician came back in. Her name is Courtney G, and she was good enough to let me go through this evaluation, which is the grounding in addition to the regular INR. And I thank her so much. Thanks, Courtney G, for doing this. And guess what I found? My INR did not change. So if I'm not saying this applies to you, I'm not saying this is a case study, what we call in medicine, and it does help me that I will ground as much as I want and not be worried about messing up the way my blood clots in the form of the INR. So I hope this information is helpful. It sounds a little esoteric, but I am comfortable continuing grounding, something I believe in. And let's go out and ground. Be well.